think we're back. Okay, hold up. Wait a minute. Yeah. Okay, what are we doing? What are we doing, you guys? What's going on here, you guys? It's Friday night, you guys. I'm not drinking tonight, you guys, because we're drinking tomorrow, you guys. Dang. Shoot, man, I should be promoting that. My 1,000 subscriber party tomorrow. Yeah, so tomorrow's the 1,000 subscriber party. We all just me and the homeboys went out and with my uncle and my aunt, we got all the meat and all the beer imaginable. And we got 2 bottles of tequila, a bottle of whiskey, like I don't even know how many beers. Here, hold up, you guys. Let me figure out this light situation real quick. I'm gonna go outside. The sun goes down. I'll be out there in a second. Okay. All right. Here, hold up, you guys. Put on some TV for the dog. Anyways, so what's today's conversation? Today's conversation is, what does success mean to you? So I guess I can start us off. Here, hold up. Yeah, I don't want to hear it, man. My place is, I gotta clean my place. I know. I lost a girlfriend, you guys. I'm down a girlfriend, man. This shit's hard again. You feel me? Okay. Okay, let's go get the tea, and then we'll be ready to go and chat it up on this lovely Friday night here in Paraguay. Okay. All right, we're getting the tea. Anyways, who's on, you guys? Let me know where you're from. Let me know who you are. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. What does success mean to you? Is it all money? Is it all, is it plaques on the wall? Is it plaques on the office door? What is it, you guys? What does success mean to you? Because I know that's not what success means to me. You know, if you think about this conversation, a lot of you guys knew what success meant to you when you were like a little kid, and then very few of us followed through with it, right? Now we redefine it once we get into our adult years, you know what I mean? But it doesn't really change though, you know what I mean? Like, I'll tell you a childhood dream. So I always wanted to be on TV, right? And then later I found out I was pretty good at singing. So then later I was like, okay, well, I want to be a singer, then be on TV. Remember, I'm from the age of the 90s and the 2000s, so that meant like MTV and all that, you know? And then I realized how hard that dream would be to fulfill, and you need some major connections and all that stuff. But fast forward many years, and I sort of am on TV a little bit, sort of, kind of. A mix of radio and television. I guess that's what you would call YouTube. If you were to explain the internet and YouTube 30 years ago to somebody who didn't know, you'd probably come up with something like that. All right? You're talking, you're kind of a radio show host, but you're also kind of on TV with a channel, sort of, right? And yeah, I'll tell this story over. But yesterday, we went to Aregua, right? We went to Aregua, and if you don't know that, it's a beautiful, wonderful little town on the lake of Ipacaraí, right? And we got, me and Aaron and his dad and Simon, we got asadito sticks, right? They're the little skewers, right, of beef skewers. They're absolutely amazing. I'll put them on Instagram later. Anyways, so you know, I was telling the family, like, look, like I promote, like, unlike Nomad Elite, who promotes millionaire clubs. I wanted to promote their little business. I asked, hey, do you guys have like a family Instagram page or something like that? I would love to tag you, right, when I upload the photos, and I still have to do that yet because I didn't have Wi-Fi. Anyways, so um, you know, I told them what my channel was and my Instagram, and they're like, you sound familiar, and I was like, really? And they're like, yeah, I think our daughter already follows you. And I was like, really? Um, because my channel is English speaking channel. You know what I mean? And I was like, no way, really? Your daughter follows me? And then she's like, yeah, she's over there. Here, tell her to come over. She's probably like 10, 12 years old, something like that. Paraguayan, right? So speaks Spanish and Guarani, you know? I was like, no way. And then they're like, yeah, that she follows all the like the travelers here in Paraguay or all the expats. Um, Probably younger folks like myself probably. I can't imagine she's sitting watching like 50, 60 year olds. But there's a lot of imagery to my videos too. So even if you don't really give a shit what I'm saying, you can still kind of like enjoy the imagery. Anyways, so they're 10 or whatever 11-year-old daughter, and like you know they could tell her to come over, and then she gets all shy, and I'm like, whoa, like this is like the first moment I've had down here where like a local is like number one like recognizes me and like knows my channel. But of course it was like the new generation too, and I was just like, dude, this is like you know this is a hell of a moment, man. Like it really was. Um, that hasn't happened to me for anybody, but for it to happen for like you know somebody younger, right? And like you know, and then we took a picture and stuff. So when I upload their stuff to Instagram, they'll see and stuff, right? But yeah, man, it was a cool thing, and I was like, dude, I'm reaching people, I'm reaching locals, right? And they might not understand everything I'm saying, but if they know a little bit about my story, they really latch on and attach. Well, and they know that I'm Paraguayan too, so there's a lot of love, right, for my people, and it's super cool. It was like it was the coolest moment. So what does that have to do with this whole conversation? I guess part of me, since a kid, did want to be recognized for something, and not just like the little gold stars you get when you're in third grade and fifth grade, right? I'm talking about like really being recognized for something. I always thought that meant like TV back in the day. You had to be on TV for something, a news anchor or a singer or something like that. But like, even if you're just like living life and being a decent human being, there's a good chance that people will latch onto you these days in 2025, right? And I don't know, man. It was a hell of a thing, and it was really cool. Like to have a local, right, the younger generation like recognize me, like, oh, okay, like that's what's up, man. And to me, that moment meant more than any fucking price tag, uh, amount on a check, fucking uh, I don't know, title in your career, fucking job title. That meant more to me than anything, right? Because it's like, damn, dude, my hard work down here is paying off, right? And it's not just expats anymore, which I did predict um, that it would happen someday, especially when I start doing a little bit of Spanish stuff. Uh, and it was cool. It was a cool experience, right? Damn, I hope fucking bugs don't get in my house. Fuck. I should probably close this. Hmm. Anyways, you guys, the four of you are watching. Let's get these likes up and let me know who you are, where you're from, and what is your idea of success in this life, right? Um, is it money? Is it clout? Is it fame? Is it a job title? Is it owning a company? Is it having 20 girlfriends? Is it having one amazing girlfriend, one amazing wife, family? Let me know. Let me know what it is, you guys. and I'll respond. I'll stay on, man, because I need to drink my tea today. I went too long today without being properly hydrated. But Paul Swartz, I'm in Central Florida near Daytona. Nice. Are you on vacation, or is that where you live? Um, and yeah, what's your idea of success, Paul? Is it is it being a family man? Is it being rich and famous? Let me know, you guys, and it goes to everybody, right? Let's make this conversation. Okay, it's home. Florida's home. Nice. Okay, cool. Daytona. I gotta look at a map, man. I'm embarrassed. I don't exactly know where that is. Is that like south, like in Miami, by Miami, or is it the other side of Florida? Anyways, I could figure that out later. But yeah, you guys, tomorrow's the big 1,000 subscriber party. If you guys are just hopping on, we went out and got all the cuts of meat today, all the chorizo, all the beer, drinks, bottles. Man, it came out to be like an extremely reasonable price too. It was awesome. And yeah, so it was a good day. My a few buddies met my uncle and my aunt, and then everybody's gonna meet the rest of the family tomorrow. And I'll do a live tomorrow for that because it should be fun. Um, and yeah, it took a lot to get 1,000 subscribers, though. I'll tell you that, right? Um, it seems like the complainers on the internet get 1,000 much more than I do. Oh, it's near the Atlantic, 40 miles approximately east of Orlando. Okay, interesting. Okay, I'll look at a map later. Cool, cool. Um, yeah. So, here, hold up. I'll be right back. Turn on these lights. Okay, I think that's better. Sort of. Or maybe that's worse. I don't know. Whatever. We'll do this. I think that might be worse. Okay. Here, actually, hold up real quick. Okay, we're just gonna keep it like that. Anyways, yeah, it's dark, but who cares? Yeah. So, anyways, you guys, let me know if you want to talk about this conversation in general. What's your uh, what does success mean to you? And have you achieved it? Are you trying to still achieve it? Um, I can say that success means to me. I guess I haven't even given a good answer yet. But I think all of us guys, at least men, I think all of us men at least want some sort of like recognition in life. I may be wrong, but I think that that's true. Now, whether it comes from recognition from society, from your friends, from your peers, from your family, right? I think that means a lot to us. Yeah, yeah. Paul, success, pretty much achieving your personal goals and being a respected person. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Sorry, I'm fidgeting. Anyways, but yeah, I certainly agree with that. That's pretty much another version of what I'm saying here. Okay, put up the brightness. Okay, now that I put up the brightness, I'm not that bad. Okay, Yeah. So yeah, achieving your personal goals, absolutely, absolutely. And I started this live with a story, and the very short version is I met a local, right, a local family, and then the little girl recognized me, probably like 11 years old or so. And anyway, she recognized me, and I was like, no way, like I didn't know like people like follow like English speaking content, right? But she follows travelers here, and I was just like, damn, that is really cool, you know? Like, I imagine that it might happen one day, but for it to happen like in a chill place in Areguá, it was a cool moment. And like that's kind of like recognition. You get recognition when you achieve your goals. And one of my goals is to keep this channel going, and also show you guys how a life is possible down here, you know. And I think I'm achieving it, but I don't know, man. I don't have like a number that'll tell me, but like experiences like that, like they kind of tell me what numbers can't, right? A lot of people may say that, oh, you're a really tiny channel. You only have whatever 1.1 thousand. I'm like, yeah, but actual people know me, and people tell me all the time that like they love the channel like authentically, genuinely, and that I actually help them, whether it's getting them to consider to move abroad or to move abroad in Paraguay, etc. Um, but yeah, Paul, if you want to elaborate more on that'd be awesome. But you don't have to. But yeah, achieving personal goals, that's absolutely right. And what I brought up in the very beginning is that like our personal goals can sometimes change in life, right? Like I always thought like I had to do the American dream, white picket fence, big house, family and kids, and well, that dream pretty much still exists for me, but in Paraguay now. You know what I mean? Because the American part of that dream is pretty much impossible, at least inside of America. You can still be American and move abroad and then make that possible in another country like Paraguay, right? But yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean, and yeah, I mean that is success, right? Because you're reaching you're doing the things that you set out to do, which are your personal goals, right? Obviously, there have to be actions behind those goals. Otherwise, a goal is just nothing without actions and steps, right? Which is why, like at the very beginning of my channel, um, I was walking you guys through the first steps of me even before I even moved here. Like some of you followed me before I even moved here. Quite a few afterwards, but I still had footage from like my residency trip, etc. Right, but yeah. I mean, those like if you're not taking actions, yeah, I mean, no goals will ever come true. Louis McMullen, winning the World Cup in football. Yeah, there you go. Love it. I love it. Love it. Super God Mode. What's up, Super God Mode? Here you can reach to your goals easier than anywhere. For some is harder, but all is a mental set. Yeah. Mental mindset. Yeah. For sure. Yeah, you have to stay mentally strong, right? And being in Paraguay, yeah, I've had my moments for sure, right? And I've talked about those moments about like either loneliness or like I feel like I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Reaching certain numbers or something like that. But I have much better mindset here in Paraguay than I did in the States. In the States, I was just like, I don't know, I'm a complete failure. What am I doing? If I left this world tomorrow, nobody would know me, which is fine. A lot of people love anonymity to live lives, but then again, their goals are different, right? Being a family man, seeing your kids well, and maybe you don't want to put your image out there. I completely understand that for sure. And in fact, actually, that's how I thought I was going to start most of my channel. even from the first video, I was like, I think I'm gonna be a faceless channel, a faceless travel channel, until I realized that my stories are much too complicated for people to not want to see the face behind the story, if that makes sense. At least in my eyes, I was like, dude, I can't have this like complicated adoption, reuniting, coming here to Paraguay story, and then like what, just have it be a faceless video. I was like, no, that's not gonna work. At least in what I'm doing, right? Yeah, but yeah, in Paraguay, um, your goals are much. Yeah, you can, once you liberate your mind, once you get your a good mindset, you can start reaching your goals. And this country allows you time that America does not allow you because your dollar is stretched far, right? Or your euro or whatever. So you give yourself more time because in America, I mean, you're lucky if you can buy yourself 1 or 2 months, right? And here you can buy yourself 6, 9 months, a year, etc. To figure some things out that you really actually want to do in life, right? So I absolutely agree with that. And not only that, but what my cousin told me years ago, probably like 10 years ago or longer, I don't know. The cousin who's actually going to be on the grill tomorrow, Yvonne, he told me a long time ago, and it really stuck with me. He says, if you have certain talents here in Paraguay, the people will absolutely love you, right? Even much more than America. I mean, because tinier countries, especially a country like Paraguay, your talents are shine. The country wants you to shine, right? Because then if you shine, then the country shines, right? So whether you're a football player, soccer player, I mean, artist, whatever, doesn't matter. YouTuber, you get a lot of support from your people, right? And I actually knew that because before I met my family down here, like anything I did in America, the smallest number of people would support you. The smallest number, right? And I produced more music even like 7, 8 years ago, right? Guess who the most supportive people were always, consistently, my family and other Paraguayans, and people around my age, some younger folks, right? That's just one example, but I know plenty more of plenty other people, right? That if you're consistent and you're talented, this country will help you shine, and uh, and I'm seeing that, right? Even the experience I had yesterday. If you're just hopping on, like, that local 11-year-old girl recognized me, and I was like, damn, no way, had no idea I was reaching locals like that, right? And she was just genuinely interested in travelers who comes here to Paraguay or who lives here, etc. And yeah, and that was a hell of an experience, right? Okay. Okay. Here, hold up. Yeah, my compass law. What's up, my compass law? I started working out again today. Awesome. After about almost 2 years, so that was a success to me. Good. Good stuff, man. Yeah, I'm actually gonna just do a workout right after this. Actually, I got back. I was gonna lay down and stuff, and I was like, let me just go live, man. This is a Friday night. I'm gonna be drunk as fuck tomorrow night because it's a 1,000 subscriber party tomorrow. So let me just talk about something, see who hops on, and it's a Friday night, so we'll see. Um, Super God Mode says sports and Daytona makes me remember this year WRC rally is going to run in Paraguay. Yeah, and you know what I just put on the Instagram story? There's gonna be like what's the skate like the skate competition? Paraguay is gonna host like the international skate something or other in like 2026. I was like, dude, they're picking Paraguay for everything, and that's good. Good stuff, you know. Good for the country, good for business, good for recognition, good for my channel, good for everything, Um, yeah, man, Paraguay's a special place, and this country is gonna keep shining. So, you know, yeah, even these last couple of weeks, I've lived so much life, man. I've been other places, doing more than I normally would. Um, And yeah, it just like because I do a lot of, I guess, quote unquote boring stuff. I'm inside a lot, editing videos, etc. The filming part is easy, you guys. The filming part, you just go out here and fucking film. It's everything after that is like the boring part of YouTube, right? The behind the scenes part, stuff, you know. Then when you release a video, it's like, oh, damn, finally, I released a project here. um, but but yeah, no, I mean, you know, uh, and there's a lot of stars coming. Like, speaking of racing, man, I'm forgetting the name, but there's a famous Paraguayan racer, right? And like I was just bringing up before, the country embraced him and absolutely loves him, like for being successful at his craft. And like you don't always get that support all the time. Um, so like Paraguayans, Jay, come here. Let's go. Anyways, so like most Paraguayans don't know shit about racing, right? But they care about this certain racer, right? Um, and in fact, there was actually Shayna, come here. And there was years back, like I want to say like 15 years back. There's also an adopted girl here from Paraguay, and she did mountain skiing, downhill skiing, and the country completely embraced her, and like made her famous. And in fact, Paraguay never snows, right? But she, yes, Joshua Dwerksen, yes, I was forgetting his name. Um, yeah, first Paraguayan racer won an international F1 race. Yeah, man, I was forgetting his name. Yeah, and but yeah, there's a downhill skier, right? Adopted girl from Paraguay, and she went to the Olympics, Winter Olympics, and represented Paraguay. But in Paraguay, it never snows, right? So that was the irony of it. But instead of representing America, and believe me, after that moment, she got mad love, dude, mad love. I mean, like she was like unknown in America, but the moment that Paraguay found out that they have this talented young woman in the states that's adopted from here, and then she's doing her thing, Paraguay just lifted her up. And I wish I could remember her name, but yeah. Okay. Before him, our favorite racer was Marco Galanti. I think that's Italian, right? Yeah. Um, yeah. So like in my case, I don't even do much content in Spanish, but like when I tell even like anybody, my neighbors, people who have restaurants, etc., they love it. In fact, you know what? I'm starting to get offered free meals now. And actually, we went to the market and because I told this lady like, oh, I have a YouTube channel. I'm eventually gonna put on the screen that what I'm filming here on the YouTube in a little locale out in Areguá, and then she ended up gifting us stuff, right? And I was like, damn, man, like I don't expect none of this, right? But it's just mad love, dude. You know what I mean? And I guess it's some of the same could go on in America, but in America, right, you have to be like so incredibly famous, right? They don't want. No, not only do not girls want you when you're coming up in America, but society don't give a fuck about you if you're coming up in America either, right? And like, oh, believe me, there's a lot of girls who don't give a shit about you here either. If you're on the come up, they want you at the top, right? They don't give a fuck if you're climbing. They want you at the top, right? But at the same time, on a societal level, most people appreciate what you do, right? Because there's an actual healthy nationalism down here. uh, Support for your fellow Paraguayan, and it's super cool, man. It's super cool. So like, yeah, man. I don't know. I guess like all in all, I always wanted to be something. I wanted to be respected in something that I ever did. And I was just realizing in the U.S., right? I was like, dude, there's a good chance if I don't fucking make some changes here, I will go to my grave and be the most boring human being fucking version of me that I've ever been. Right? And now it's like it kind of blows my mind because I remember how hard it was in the beginning of the YouTube stuff, right? I remember how hard it was, and yeah, I should turn on this light too. It just got really dark. Or I'll go back inside. Maybe that's why you guys are hopping off. Anyways, I remember how hard it was, and now when I put out a video, there's like a good chance that within 24 hours it can get 150 views, right? And then down the line, get more subscribers, then you could put out a video and it gets 1,000 views in 24 hours, right? So it's just like it's when you start to see your work pay off in this, at least in this game. Um, it's different in everything, whether you're race car driving, fucking downhill skiing, whatever. It doesn't matter. An artist, like there's little moments in your journey when you're just like, okay, I think this shit is good. This is gonna work out in some sort of way, right? Yeah, and even like I guess when I started this whole thing, I was like, yeah, this is probably gonna be a side thing. But until I realized like I'm actually pretty good at this, and not only that, but well, people tell me like, and I don't mean to say this like whatever, but people tell me that I'm probably one of the most, if not the most authentic like YouTuber down here, and at least like you're not trying to guru it up for some like I don't know and scam people and shit and like do all this crazy shit and like you just talk about normal life and stuff and I think that that's what people crave, man, to see like normalcy, a normal human being, right? Somebody who's not perfect. Uh, Try to fucking, you know, live life and live a decent life, you know. So, anyways, I'm gonna go back inside. I think it got completely dark out. Uh, but yeah, if you guys wanna keep letting me know what does success mean to you? What does success mean to you? Whether it's achieving certain, I don't know, uh, whatever your personal goals may be, money, a family, a relationship, all the above. Maybe get that job you've always wanted, uh, title, PhD, whatever. Um, I think a lot of people's idea of success is really skewed too, right? And I hate to bring this shit up because of course I'm gonna make people mad, but like especially the boss babes, dude, like in America, like they got it all wrong, man. And in fact, you know what's funny as hell and ironic? One of those types, one of those boss babes, right? In America, who's like all about like her like, oh fuck it, I'm not gonna have a boyfriend, I'm not even gonna have fun, I'm just gonna focus on a master's degree and PhD. I'm like, girl, you're like hitting 30. You know what I mean? And like if we're keeping it honest, like it's not exactly a model. No offense, but like so it's kind of like I don't know, man. If I were a lady, I would be doubling down to my femininity, not boss babying it up. And nothing against like if you want if you need to if you feel the need to achieve like a master's and a PhD and all this crazy ass shit, and like I was like, yeah, but just make sure you're not sacrificing everything else, right? And like if you want a family and all that, just make sure you're not sacrificing it all just to boss babe it up, I'm sure that she's passed up a lot of guys who would have, I don't know, but at least like been fine giving her more of like a long term chance. You know what I mean? Uh, and believe me, man, I'm kind of being bogus, but like, cause she's like a decent person, But at the same time, I'm like, damn, you're reaching these ages and you ain't getting any younger, like us guys, like we have to sacrifice so much, even just to get like a little bit of recognition or respect or whatever. Hey, bring it, bring it. But yeah, but like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm seeing more and more videos that like, a lot of younger ladies. Well, I say younger, they're hitting their 30s, but like, they're really regretting some of their decisions. Like, oh damn, dude, like I passed up so many good guys. Like, Jay, come here, let's go. Like, damn, like I passed up so many good guys because I was just like, I just drowned in myself in homework and my PhD. And then, but what is all that money for? Right? What is all that money for if, like, let's keep it honest, but you're not with one of those guys who might have liked you in your younger years, you know, and then you're just like, uh, I don't know, stuck with what you're stuck with. um, you know, and again, it doesn't, it's not the same for us guys. Like, we do have more time. Now, the unglamorous part for us guys is that we deal with a lot of what? We deal with a lot of rejection. We deal with a lot of loneliness. Because, like I always say, most girls don't want you when you're climbing. Most girls want you when you're like nearing the top or whatever the fuck they think is the top. So that's what we got to deal with, right? You deal with a lot of fake ones. You deal with, especially as a Western men, like we deal with a lot of, I guess lack of appreciation. You know what I mean? So, you know, there's all these things, man. And I don't know. It's different for men and women, right? Like if I were a woman, my idea of success would be different than a man's, right? Because a lot of times whether we like it or not, our success as men does come down to what? Well, yeah, money, but your ability to provide and your ability to pretty much always give her the sense of stability. And that's not always easy, right? Especially when you fall on hard times. And that's when it comes to, damn, am I with the right woman, or am I with the woman who, in a heartbeat, if things start going wrong, then she's just gonna leave, you know? And I've talked to multiple of you guys who that has been your situation, right? So it's an interesting balance. It's not the same for men and women. You know, like me, like I would love to be a father one day, and I would love it to happen in like the next few years, to be completely honest. But if it doesn't, it's not the biggest deal. Like I could push it back even another few years after that, right? But that's because, again, I'm gonna piss people off with this, but that's because us men don't have a biological wall. You know what I mean? Um, you know, it's not always the best maybe to be shooting up, you know, maybe having babies when you're like in your very older years, but like there's nothing wrong with having a baby even in your late 30s, 40s, whatever. Maybe if you're like really hitting those upper ages, like you should probably maybe reconsider it. But you know, so yeah, it is different for men and women, and it's I guess that comes back to the red pill stuff, right? And here, let me tell you, if you guys don't know, I would say 95 to 99% of guys either know exactly what the red pill is, right? Here, let me turn on the fan a little bit. "95 to 99% of guys know exactly what the red pill is, which is what? Accepting reality, right? Um, and they're all about it, at least in this travel space, relocation space, because you cannot be a dumb person when you do this, or you can be a dumb person and a dumb passport bro. Not all passport bros are dumb, but there's quite a few, and they crash hard. They do really stupid stuff. They f up their image forever. They just say all the wrong things, do all the wrong things, promote the wrong things. So they crash hard, and those are the dumbasses, right? But you know, the serious people, um, they have a really good grasp of reality. And mostly all of that, all of them have accepted reality, right? At least all the smart travelers, which comes to what Super God Mode just said, success in common includes getting out of the rat race. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Success comes when you accept reality, when you can look at the world and be like, and not be emotional about it, like, oh my God, but my friends are in America. But you're like, look, let me get out and set myself up for success. You know what I mean? So that's exactly right, Super God Mode. Yeah, the rat race is in America. All you really do is paycheck to paycheck, tread water these days, right? And it was different in different generations where you could actually save and have a house and have assets and stuff. Most people our age cannot, or younger than me, right? Um, or it'll take an immense amount of sacrifice, working like 3 to 4 fucking jobs to even have a little bit of savings, and then you're just completely destroying either your mental or physical health. All right. So there's a lot of give and take, but yeah, I believe certainly the most successful people are planning to leave or have left America if they're able to, and they find their way, like you're saying, to get out of the system, make goals, take actions to reach those goals, and keep it moving, right? Like, what do I mean by keep it moving? Well, let's go back to this again. But the breakup I just had, beautiful woman. Most Western men would have put up with stuff, um, would have put up with this or that or blah, 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 blah. And I just said, I'm good. Keep it moving. This is going to be detrimental to me going forward. Beautiful girl, even wonderful at times, even brought me peace at times. But I could tell that that was not going to last. So I was just like, you want to do this tap dance and then now this, that, blah, 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 this, that, whatever. I'm just like, no. I'm going to be the one right now to say this is over. And it sucked. But it's what I had to do. Because I have played that game of, all right, let's take it back to relationships. But I have played that game of being in the wrong relationship for far too long, which is also part of the rat race because a lot of us stay with the wrong ones, especially in the Western countries, right? A lot of us stay in the wrong jobs, can be toxic as well. I stayed in the wrong job for far too many years. I gave far too many years of my life to this certain position, like hoping I would be promoted, certain things like that. And it only got worse and worse and worse until I finally got out and moved on to a new place. Uh, but because we find comfort in those moments of relationships or jobs, we think it's the most stable thing ever. But what you realize is it's really not. New management could come in tomorrow. Your awesome supervisor that was cool to you could step down, accept a job, then you're stuck with whoever the fuck is next. You know? So, like, that's the way I approached this last relationship. Like, the old me would have just stuck through it, done this, did that. Oh, let's get together. Let's still do this. Talk it out. Are you sure? Oh my God. I was just like, look, I have a few things to tell you, the good, the bad, and what I have to decide on next. You know? And I think that that's what, and I wasn't always like that. In fact, most of my 20s I wasn't. Hell, even the first year of my 30s I wasn't. But recently, uh, I've talked to so many guys that have so many regrets in their life that it almost haunts me to not go down some of these paths that some of these guys have told me and confessed to me, uh, all that stuff. And I'm over here like, my God, I need to have some serious boundaries and red lines in my life. If I want to be anything. Yeah, I'm not exactly a young spring chicken either. you know, um, maybe my personality, maybe some people think as me as younger than I actually am. But I'm 33. I'm pretty much mid age, I guess if you want to call it, to 70, 80, 90, whatever the fuck. Hopefully we get to those ages. But like, you know, so many guys have gone down so many wrong paths. And I was just like, I can't do that. I was like, you are scaring the shit out of me, whether it comes to marriage or a life of just slow misery, right? Like, I worked for the school district, right? And I had this supervisor, and she was super cool, right? And then you know what we would talk about? We would talk about the lifers, right? Uh, who either worked inside schools or at the administration office where I worked, and we would talk about the lifers and how lifeless the lifers were, and like how much shit they would put up with, and for what? For them to match your 401k, maybe you make it to retirement. Your stress is going to get to you before you even get retired. You know what I mean? And you know the journey is not sexy. You know, it's not. Even in fact, even you know, when I go live now, I didn't even want to go live, but now I actually enjoy it. Right? Yeah, I'll get to comments in 1 second here, but like, I truly enjoy it, and I didn't think I would, because I was like, ah man, I don't like a lot of these guys who go live and they're just they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, or you could tell they're lying, or you know what I mean. And I'm just like, nah, man, I don't know. I don't even know if I could keep it going. But I do, you know, and actually enjoy it, right? Okay, vulcanized parts. What's up, man? Good evening. When you are happy with yourself, what's around, what's around, and what you have accomplished in life, all, all at that time, all at the same time. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I like the way that you put that. Yes, I mean some people live for moments, titles, businesses, a girlfriend, a wife, this, that, la, 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 la. But that's a really good way to put it. It's I guess what you're saying. I guess what you're saying is that if you can find more consistent peace and sense of purpose, then that's success beyond numbers, beyond what's in your bank account, titles, etc., the woman you're with, etc. I like that. That's great. That's great. You know, I could have picked that apart for hours, but yeah, I get what you mean. Okay, Super God Mo says most people need to see if after a hard working wait. Most people need to see if after a hardworking find a problem is just a little work more and keep moving. Again, my bad. I'm not reading this right, am I? See if after hard. Yeah. In general, what you're saying is keep it moving, right? After problems arise. Yeah, yeah. That's what I was kind of like talking about a little bit earlier. That your mental state, everything depends on your mental state. And my mental state in the US was absolute garbage, right? And believe me, I have my moments here too, but they're moments. They're not like crippling week after week, month after month, year after year, as I was in the US. And what a lot of people tell me, a lot of people who are fresh from the US who hit me up or come here, they're like, yeah, man, I know exactly what you're talking about. I was the same way, dude. Just like society sucks, dating sucks, everything's unaffordable. I have no chance to really pursue my dreams. I'm like, dude, I know exactly what you mean. Real talk. Exactly what you mean. Yeah. Okay, vulcanized parts 33. Life is just starting. You feel you have lived. You will accomplish more between 35 and 45 and over a few times over and over a few times over than 21 to 35. I like that. I like that. Yeah, yeah, I agree. And you know, the thing is like I'm really hard on myself. You know, I'm a goofball, but I really truly am. Like even here, I'm like, fuck, dude. There's a reason I don't even have Netflix and shit. Like, the only times I really even watch YouTube anymore is if I can sit down for a second and like eat food that I made. Besides that, like, I guess once a week I will just like disconnect from this, from my channel, what I need to do next, editing, going live, um, uh, heading out with people and filming. Because even though, guys, I'm having fun when I go out like and hang out with Aaron and his dad and stuff. All these pictures and all these videos I will use later, as you guys know. If you've seen literally any of my videos, you guys all know that. So every single step I take down here is an investment. It may not seem like it. It may seem like, oh, you're just a goofball having fun filming. Nah, man, believe me. I'm so backed up when it comes to content. You know what I mean? So backed up. I have so much I've filmed and like I just don't even know what to put out first. I'm just honestly I'm kind of putting out first what just makes sense to me. I have footage over like months ago, and that will still make sense if I were to put it out. You know, certain areas don't change here in Paraguay, like that fast. Anyways, but the point is like a lot of people think that I don't know, like the YouTube stuff, and plus like my personality that like I'm a big old goofball, but honestly I'm always analyzing, talking to people, introducing myself. Like I brought up even earlier. Nowadays, when I show people my YouTube channel, they offer me free stuff. We went to the market and we were gifted. Here, let me try to find it actually, if I can find it. A wonderful lady gifted us a Montel in the market. I don't know if or maybe, damn, Simon might have it still. I don't know if I took mine or not. Um, Damn. Anyways, it was this wonderful centerpiece that had the Paraguayan flag on it. Anyway, I can't find it. Ah, man. Okay, Simon must have it. I'll have to contact him. Anyways, the point is that like I don't know. It's good to be recognized by you guys for sure, but especially by locals too, because these are my countrymen and women, you know. And yeah, so I don't know. That's at least my stuff. But yeah, okay. Let me get back. So, yeah. Vulcanized Park says success when you take a trip for a week, 2 weeks, not worried about anything. Okay. So you're saying like give yourself when you have the ability to give yourself time to either just de-stress or recalibrate your life. Yeah, I get that for sure, for sure. Yeah, and it's even more meaningful if you can give yourself some time abroad as well, beyond that for sure. But then again, it's not for digital nomads, right? And for YouTubers, it's not just fun all the time. there is like a lot of like the behind the scenes stuff, the cooking, cleaning, laundry, fucking online work, editing, all this, the non-glamorous stuff too. Um, you know what I mean? Okay, so Yokazi, what's up, man? From the over 50 club, start investing 10% at the bare minimal. You must have your wife and kids safe, secure, and happy. Absolutely. I love that. Yeah, I love that. That's practical and yeah, family oriented for sure. Yeah, and I think that success overall it can change a little bit over time. Like I guarantee you, when I'm a family man, I'll probably have more of an answer like that as well. uh, but until then, I'm still in that first part of your comment there, the building, the investing, the saving, the investing time, the uh, creating a platform, engaging with people, part of that journey, right? But I like who said it? Oh, Vulcanized Park just said, which I really appreciate, right? Because I'm far too, like a lot of us Americans are in our younger years, I'm far too hard on myself. Like, well, Jesus Christ, bro, you're not a millionaire at 33. It's like, no, I'm not, unfortunately. But it's okay though, because of what you just said. Like, yeah, and in fact, I mean, you're actually right in the numbers too, because that you're right. That is like your most successful time in life. Uh, I mean, because realistically, for a lot of guys, I mean, unless you're kind of like the exception, like a lot of guys probably aren't gonna want to just keep learning all kinds of new crazy stuff after 50 and 60 years old. Is it possible? Absolutely. In fact, my dad, when he got laid off after the Great Recession, he went back to school, right? And he got like straight A's in his 50s before he found another job, right? So it's absolutely possible, but it's not ideal. Like a lot of your skill development should probably come hopefully before 35, like you're saying. And then from 35 to 45 are like probably your most productive years. That also makes sense too, because that's kind of when a lot of guys start getting married. And then when you get married, you're even more productive, right? Because any screwing around that you did, like with your time or out and about, you do so minimal of that when you actually are a good family man, right? So I absolutely see where that I absolutely see where that 35 to 45 thing, what your theory is makes sense for sure. Okay, so Yukazi, you must invest that 10% no matter what age. Yeah, if you don't invest, you'll remain poor for sure. Yeah, yeah. The only thing I'll add to that, so Yokazi, is that like beyond the numbers, yeah, which I completely agree with your number. But beyond numbers, I think that younger folks waste so much time that beyond a 10% number, which is you're absolutely right. But they also need to be investing their time, right, into learning something more or creating or something and stop consuming all the time, right? And I was in that bubble for far too long. Uh, yeah, that's the only thing I would say is, or just add to that, that like investing your time is arguably just important to build skills, to begin to master certain things that'll separate you from others. You know what I mean? Um, because, yeah, well, there's far too many people who live paycheck to paycheck that won't do what you just said. Um, but what they do have is time, And if you're not gonna have the money, at least start investing the time if you don't have the money. So that's the only thing I would add on that. But yeah, very interesting. Good answers, you guys, all of you. Yeah, this is really to each his own. You know, this whole success conversation. And you know, to pivot, um, I think just as important, if not more important than success. Yeah, so Yukazi, investing has to be the constant no matter what is happening in your life. Yeah, yeah. And I think, yeah, you know, the pivot is it's equally as important. I think, if not more important, how you handle your quote unquote failures, um, rejection, losing a job, uh, severe changes in the market, this, this, which doing what you just said, so Yokazi, investing will help you tread water or be well if those things happen. But I think it's like, how do you deal with the lowest moments in your life? You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, Dennis? Thanks for hopping on and appreciate the super chat. Very kind of you, brother. Appreciate that. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's how you handle those lowest moments, which I sucked at. I was terrible at. You know, in my very younger years, I would blame other people, blame society, blame this, blame that. Then in my later sort of 20s, or mid to later 20s, I would blame myself incredibly harshly. You know what I mean? And just like everything was black and white and there was no moving past things and la 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 la, you know what I mean? But I think that it's I think that you know, how you're able to weather the bad parts, the storms, is incredibly important, right? And you know, it's easier said than done. A lot of young guys don't know how to do that. I didn't know how to do that, right? And a lot of young guys don't and will never ask for help. You know what I mean? Like even just to talk about certain things that you should be talking about with family and friends. And I know that's a little ironic because I don't even always reach out nowadays, but I can internalize things a lot better than before. Um, because I've like you're saying, Soyokazi, uh, I'm better at 33 than I was at 23, and I guarantee you at 43 I'll be better than at 33, and 53 better at 43. You know, just my mindset. You know, but yeah, so what Soyokazi says is at the lowest point, keep working and investing. Yep, that time will pass. Remember, I'm in my late 50s. Yeah, yeah, certainly. Um, certainly. And yeah, yeah, the bad moments will pass. You know, I bring up girls again, but I remember that like there's such hard breakups, and I'm like, man, I'll never get over this. So what? Oh my God, like la la la. Year and time does pass. What you're saying, and you do get over it. Yeah, I mean, you find yourself never not even thinking about them. Sometimes, well, actually, what does happen, especially since I've been down here, is a lot of them actually come back in different ways, right? They'll hit you up, they're like, hey, by the way, oh, I see you've been in Paraguay for like fucking 9 months. Like, how's it going down there? Very interesting, you know, all this shit, you know? And pop up out of nowhere, like fucking, what are those fucking gophers and shit in the fucking ground? Like, hey, you know what I mean? Um, anyways, but yeah, but yeah, the time will pass, man, and like, and if you keep like doing your own thing, like you're saying, and investing with your time and money, good things will happen. Yeah, that's my and pretty much that's all you have. You know what I mean? Like that's all you can control, right? Um, so, and you can't, I guess you could try to get into politics, but what a terrible investment that is, right? Um, you could try to hope that the world will change or your government will change or this shit or that shit, but it ain't never gonna fucking change. In fact, it'll probably just keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. So, yeah, it pretty much has to be all of you. um, yeah. Organized parts. Be patient. Yep. Have discipline. Yep. Um, be constant and persistent on your ideas and goals, for sure. Absolutely. Um, I know I might in my case, I might disappear for a couple days or whatever for you guys, but that's because I'm usually doing a lot of stuff, getting out there, filming, talking to people, like I just said, but yeah, in fact, I was actually just on a podcast, My Latin Life, right? And one of the things he said to me is like, "Well, I see you got a lot of videos out there, like well over 100, and I'm in this game as well as a podcaster, and I understand what it takes to be consistent in this game, right? Because you don't always want to, right? And I flipped my mindset. I was like, every time I think I shouldn't go live, I'm just gonna go live. You know what I mean? Every single time I doubt does anybody really care about this place or this or oh, this is gonna be a boring walk. I mean, who would care about the hood, right? In fact, a lot of you guys care about the hood because you've never seen the hood in Paraguay. I call this the hood, right? This is the working class neighborhood, right? It's not glorious. Our streets have fucking cobblestone and dirt and shit, and there's a lot of brick walls and random stuff that would be unglorious to a lot of people, a lot of Westerners around the world. But it still interests you guys. So instead of doubting myself, I don't know, will anybody watch? I'm just like, fuck it, let's just whip out the phone and go for it, right? And actually, that's why a lot of people will say damn, dude, I've seen way more of Paraguay than you than all the other YouTubers combined, you know. So yeah, man. I mean, I understand that. Yeah, vulcanized part says you get over it. Realize I'm glad that I did. That you moved forward. Then rather than being stuck. I think you're trying to say. Live a day at a live day at a different food court to see more of Paraguay. Yeah, I went live from food parks. Yeah, and I've properly filmed a lot of places too that I got to get out there. In fact, right after this week, man, after this subscribers party tomorrow night, which is why I'm not drinking tonight. I'm just drinking tea today. Out of my beautiful wampa. I love this thing, you guys. Absolutely love this thing. um, I'm really kind of gonna just dive right back into content creation and other online work, right? Because I have been having quite a bit of fun. Again, like I said, even when I'm having fun, believe me, I'm getting a lot of footage for later. um, but okay. Dennis asks, are people wait. Are people barbecuing in the front yard that is always in the hood? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, here in front and stuff. Yeah, people will. Or in my grill's in the back of the house, but yeah, most people if they have a grill that's not in built in, then yeah, they'll roll it in the front and they'll do that. I mean, there's all kinds of asaditos on the street, or a little asado stands with the little meat skewers and stuff here. So there's that for sure as well. Yeah. Okay. Vulcanized parts, different one each live day. Yeah. Pretty much, I'm at a point where I film every single day now, or I go live every single day. Yeah. And today we're taking care of getting food and all that stuff for the party tomorrow. Um, but yeah, no, you know, explored another place, another shopping that I actually haven't really spent time in. My uncle said, let's go to this place. They have great discounts on this day. And they did. It was incredible what we were able to walk away with. That all of us from the US and Canada, we were like, dude, this would go for like 4 or 5 times the price easily for all the meat and beer and other bottles and hot sauces and potatoes and chorizo and all that stuff that we got easily. I mean, like, none of us would even feel comfortable doing that kind of event back in the States because it would be such a huge investment that we would just it was like, yeah, I don't know, man, maybe not, maybe not, maybe once a year. Well, actually, this is actually like a one-time thing for me too, right? It's not easy to organize these events, especially with foreigners and family and all this stuff. In fact, right after this, I gotta fucking remind people again, um, and invite some people one last time here. Um, yeah. Okay, so uh, Super God Mo, barbecues are traditionally made in the house yard, but in the backside. Yeah, yeah, um, yeah. Unless you have like a little like open area like I do in front. But yeah, most grills are probably going to be in the back, but you might sit in the front after you grill out. Uh, Very common. And that's exactly how my neighbor did it actually when he invited me. So yeah. Oh yeah, you guys. So if you have any last things you guys want to talk about, I think I'm gonna hop off here. I might try to edit a video or something, or I gotta promote tomorrow, and make sure everything is good with everybody tomorrow. Um, Damn, yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it. Fuck, I gotta get my dog more food too. Besides that, no, we're good. No, he's all fed up for at least through tomorrow. Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, you. Yeah. Um. So Yukazi, you have to have an emergency fund for 3 to 4 MTS. I guess that's months. That way, a barbecue wouldn't be a huge event in your life. It would just be a super cool party. Yeah, yeah. No, I was being hyperbolic there. I was being hyperbolic. The point is that it was like 4 to 5 times cheaper here than it would be in the U.S. You know what I mean? Like the U.S. So it came out what it came out to be is we have fucking ginormous like 4 huge cuts of meat, all kinds of other steaks as well. We have like I think like 6 kilos of fucking what's it called, chorizo. We have like I don't even know how many beers, and like all of us together when we split that in fours, it came out to be like 90 between like all 4 of us, right? And yeah, I was being hyperbolic when I said that, right? It's like I'm not saying that like a fucking barbecue, even in the U.S. or here, would like put you under. All I'm saying is that it's much cheaper, right? Incredibly cheaper. Um, and it just surprises people, and especially because my uncle knows where to go, where the cuts of meat are. Um, there's a certain place that he had a card where you can get a discount at Salema here on the Fridays and Saturdays and stuff. So that's what I was saying. you know. Yeah, and yeah, this is gonna be just a super cool party, and yeah, it was extremely reasonable, right? And yeah, I mean, great group of guys that are going to be there, and more people tomorrow. Um, and yeah, and family, and we're going to have a good time. So, and yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess technically we're celebrating my 1,000 subscribers, but it's pretty much just a chance for expats to meet my family, to have an authentic asado experience, which not everybody does down here, besides like restaurants and stuff. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, it'll be a good time, right? Yeah. Damn, what was I gonna say last? So if you have any last things you guys want us to talk about the whole success conversation, um, you guys can let me know and I can cover it real here. Otherwise, I'll just close out to say that like one thing that I think I've seen in like all of your answers, even though you guys didn't all say it, is that there's a certain level of sacrifice, right? Uh, that you need to they need to make, right? Whether it's your money, your time, all that, right? And then I think that that's one common element that really separates you from so many others, the majority of others. Um, Beyond that, I think that getting overly emotional as a man can really, really be detrimental. Whether it's dealing with hard stuff in life, a breakup, this, that, whatever. Maybe you're too hard on yourself and you didn't reach you're not a millionaire by 30 and oh my god it's the end of the world and all this stuff. A lot of us westerners, younger guys, pretty much like put like, oh my god, if I'm not absolutely everything by 30, then I'm absolutely nobody. I heard that from all my friends like at one point, like and but like a society like Paraguay doesn't exactly think like that, you know. You're younger for a longer amount of time here. Even locals have told me that. My sister used to hate it when I used to like say like, oh, I'm like 28 and I'm so old. Like in America, I'm so old. Like the 21-year-olds like think I'm so fucking old. And I'm just like, here, bro, I like attract 21-year-olds or like I can date them. And and they like something about me or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know, right? Even as goofy as I am and shit, and whatever, and not perfect looking as I am, but still, though, seriously. But like in America, like we have this hard pressure to like, oh my God, if you're not fucking a millionaire by 30 with a fucking Ferrari in your driveway and fucking in a private plane, then oh, I mean, you must be nobody, right? And unfortunately, a lot of that is actually kind of enforced societally because of dating in America. Yeah, I'm going to bring that back up again before we close this out because a lot of guys put their worth as the women that they can attract, right? Um, even beyond money, right? Um, you know, because if there's a group of 10 guys in a room and all of them are the same level of success, what's the next thing a lot of guys start to compare? How hot your woman is, that kind of stuff, right? So a lot, and in the West, so many guys don't have a beautiful or hot woman by her looks, or if she is, there's a really good chance that she's an absolute nightmare. uh, you know what I mean? So because you can't get a date, most younger guys, this is not my opinion, this is in the numbers, because most younger guys struggle so hard with their dating lives, they think that they're absolutely done for, right? Right? Some of them turn to incels, others see the light, others really grind out and money and planning and maybe moving overseas, which is not perfect overseas either, I fucking know. But at least there's a better chance of you, at least, even if relationships don't last, you could at least have more pleasant experiences um, with way more beautiful women than you ever could in the US, for sure. Um, you know, and not only that, let me tell you though. So if I go back to the U.S., there's a lot of people who want to see me. Actually, you know what I mean? Um, Girls from the past, my homies and stuff. They're going to want to chat it up, know how it's been going. Yeah, they could check out the channel, but a lot of my videos are really long and stuff. Um, You know, what's it like? Oh my God, what were the girls like? A little of this. Even the girls are gonna like, you know, they've hit me up over the last months or whatever, been like, oh wow, you really pulled that off. You've been there for a long time. When are you coming back? I'm like, I don't fucking know. And if and if I do, like, I don't know. We'll just see where I'm at with the whole girl situation when it comes to that, whether I go back for a while or to visit or whatever. But yeah, but Super God mode. Barbecue is not necessarily a party. Yeah, um, not always. Sometimes it's more just a chill out thing. But tomorrow actually will be a party. We're gonna make it as much of a party as can be. But knowing my family on a Saturday night, it's gonna be a party. So, um, yeah. Yeah, you guys. So I don't know. Hopefully you got something from this conversation. You know, these conversations are fun, right? They make you think, I guess. uh, yeah. Every guy's idea of success, man or woman, is different for men and women. What I talked about in the beginning. Um, you know, it's different, but there's so many elements that are always the same, right? So many. Um, and yeah, and yeah, you know, there's a lot of sacrifice to reach whatever you guys think is success. So yeah, okay, you guys, write in if you have any last things you want to say. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna hop off. I've been on for an hour and 20 minutes here. Um, yeah, and I should chill out, make sure everything's good, and for tomorrow. Yeah, but I appreciate you guys like always, really truly. You guys are awesome. Again, another shout out to Dennis. Appreciate that super chat, brother. Shout out to everybody else as well who've been participating, liking the stream, all that good stuff. Whew, it's been a hell of a week, man. It's been a hell of a week with a breakup and some of the topics I've covered, and um, yeah. Thanks, Wolf. Just caught wind of the cast. Yeah, I should have shared it with you when I went live over an hour ago. I think I'm gonna wrap this up though, just so I can just chill out for a little bit. But appreciate you, Wolf, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, Wolf. Um, yeah, and caught one of the cast. Congratulations on over 1K now. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. I think I'm gonna hit 1.1, 1,100 here any day now. And yeah, just keep growing after that, man. And I use this platform for everything else I do. I met wonderful people, including I've met Wolf in person, and you know he'll be there tomorrow. Simon today. Um, well, no, I mean I met Simon before, but like you know I saw him today. Aaron and his dad, you know. And then I told my uncle and aunt like, like oh okay like you know how do y'all like all know each other? Like my channel, you know. Um, you know, I don't vibe with everybody. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't, especially anymore, because I ran into some weirdos, right? But yeah, it's pretty easy to for me to decide who I vibe with and who I actually truly want to meet and all this good stuff. Okay, you guys, I'm out. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks, Soyokazi. Enjoy. Yeah, I'll be going live tomorrow. It's gonna be mostly just having a good time, filming the food we're eating, music, all that good stuff. It's gonna get demonetized because we're gonna be music tomorrow. So if you guys want to super chat tomorrow, that would be awesome because anytime anytime there's ever music, it never gets monetized unless I like cut like huge chunks out of the live, which is lame. So I don't do that. Yeah, here this guy wants to say bye. I guess. Jake, come here. This guy wants to say goodbye. Okay. You're not allowed to do that. No, you're not. No, you're not allowed to do that. No, you're not. Okay. Okay. He's not allowed to do that, but I let him do that for you guys. Okay, guys. All right. I'll see y'all later. Take care. And till tomorrow. Peace.